With the threat of war looming, Ukraine has passed a new bill regarding cryptocurrency. Ukraine was always pretty friendly, but now it's actually getting enacted into law that cryptocurrency will be legalized. A framework for the regulation and management of digital assets such as Bitcoin and Ethereum is being put into place. This will legalize cryptocurrency exchanges and cryptocurrencies, and Ukrainians could protect their assets from possible abuse or fraud, the Ukrainian Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Digital Transformation, Mikhailo Fedorov, announced on Twitter. Ukraine's parliament previously has passed a law legalizing cryptocurrency last September, but President Volodymyr Zelensky vetoed the bill the following month. Zelensky said Ukraine couldn't afford to create a whole new regulatory system for managing crypto. And maybe there was some truth to it. It is not the most well-off place in the world, but the new version of this law has been passed by Parliament on Thursday. It puts cryptocurrency regulation under the oversight of the National Committees on Securities and the Stock Market, and this was actually per Zelensky's suggestion. So looks like maybe it was a smart move after all. Maybe it'll cost less money. Now, notably, this bill does not actually make Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies legal tender, such as El Salvador, where it's basically another fiat currency, or at least it reacts like one in the markets. It's similar to a dollar or the euro or hryvnias. No, this is going to just recognize that cryptocurrencies are legal. And for any businesses or individuals operating within Ukraine, it has a framework for, yes, this is legal. Now, what happens if there are crimes related to this? But it's going to provide, a lot of reassurances to businesses who are operating on it. And there were some stories a couple of years ago about Ukrainian corruption involving cryptocurrency. It was a legal gray area. Well, now it's going to be a little bit more defined. Now, does that mean all crime's going to stop? No. Does that mean corruption is going to stop? No, but it will help, and eventually down the line, maybe it will become legal tender. So, Fedorov continued, market participants will receive legal protection and the opportunity to make decisions based on open consultations with government agencies. Now, despite the lack of money and the lack of actual formal regulations, Ukraine has established itself as a pretty good hub for cryptocurrency within Europe. So Chainalysis ranked Ukraine fourth globally behind Vietnam, India, and Pakistan in its 2021 Global Crypto Adoption Index. It measures the volume and the actual value of cryptocurrency traded within a country. Ukraine processes more transactions per day in cryptocurrency than in its fiat currency, the hryvnia. Now, we have to remember that the hryvnia has really been devalued over the past couple of years. There's a lot of political things going on, such as what's happening right now with, again, the war, potentially. But there's a lot of smart people, there's a lot of developers, and despite the fact that, there's a fair amount of people making only $200 a month over there, cryptocurrency has given a lot of opportunity. And same thing with Pakistan, India, Vietnam. All these countries have this in common where they're pretty poor, they're developing. You got a lot of smart developers out there, people who are savvy with computers, and going forwards, I think this is going to be a fantastic opportunity for a lot of the Ukrainian teenagers and young adults, as long as, they don't get bombarded. Now, apart from actual shellings and, whatever's going on right now, false flags, if you're following the situation, there's also another thing to consider that's not so good for Ukraine. Despite whatever happens in the Ukrainian government and the regulations, the largest trade partner of Ukraine, when we look at geopolitics, is quite simply Russia. And despite what's going on with them right now, Russia's economy will really be the one that dominates what happens in Ukraine. And they're a little bit more ambivalent towards cryptocurrency. Although there's still a lot of Russian cryptocurrency companies and a lot of cryptocurrency activities, there have been laws that have tried to outlaw Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies in Russia, at least a couple of years ago. And their hardened stance might impact the Ukrainian cryptocurrency companies and eventually down the line regulations. We just don't know what's going to happen right now. So there's It's not all glitter and rainbows. Our positive stance on crypto indeed stands in contrast with neighbors, where officials propose a ban on the use and mining of cryptocurrencies. The Ukrainian Deputy Minister of Digital Transformation, Oleksandr Bornikov, he said, "I'd like to remind them crypto regulation will work better than a ultimate ban." So what do you think? What's going to happen? And do you think there's going to be an invasion this week? We will see. If you're not following the situation, check it out.
Thanks so much for watching today's video.